Carpeachy just says, Jesus Christ, I'm a moron. Wrote a wall of text. And just when I was about to press enter, I realised I'd written it in Finnish. I am, strangely enough, I'm halfway through watching the film, how do you pronounce it? Tally, Carpucci. Which you undoubtedly will know. It's sort of the war film about the Battle of Tally. Which might not mean much if you're not Finnish, but yeah, there's some very good tank porn in that film. Right. Let's head fucking north. Off stream, what I will do next is sort out all my provisioners for these bases so I can go and build there. By connecting the bases together with provisioners, it basically means they share resources. I'm just going to park up here and check the box. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Carpacci. It's a gift from a friend of mine. Finished with English subtitles. Well, I think it's got English audio as well, but I prefer to watch it with the subtitles. Right, what have we got here? Let's grab some brain fungus. Since we're here, see, no, I'm going to avoid doing that because that's a big spoiler there. So yeah, a lot of this is a lot of tramping around. This is one of the reasons why I tend to only put on power armor when I'm actually going to go and get into a fight, because tramping around in power armor is such a fucking ball ache. Eventually I'll hopefully get some normal combat armor that gives you accelerated speed, and then you can just zip around all, travel light, zip around all over the map, do what you need to do, move fast, travel light. But with the power armor, it's just thump, thump, thump. Check the other. I actually do have a film, although I think it's called Tutamaton Sotilas. Dear God, I apologise for my Finnish. Talvisota. I'm not sure if that's the same one. Yeah, Valencia. I think. Jesus Christ! I'm actually crouching. Sorry about that, guys. I really like the combat advantage. The combat advantage that power armor gives you, but I don't like clumping around in it, and I think when you're new to the game will kind of inject power armor, like put power armor practically in your hands at a time where it will suit you. Who the fuck's that? Scavenger. At a time where it will be useful for you.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
And give you a well-needed advantage, and that's great. And if you're very inexperienced in the game, you'll find a lot of the battles are pretty tough without power armor at the beginning. But once you kind of know what you're doing, you know, I think a lot of players will fairly quickly want to get rid of it. Certainly on survival mode. It's probably not such a big deal. When you're not on survival mode, it's probably not such a big deal. But when you are on survival mode, it's just... And you have to walk everywhere. It's just... Yeah. You really feel it every step. Hey mates, how are you? Mr. Blackmore. I think... Right, I'm gonna get a move on. Thank you very much for swinging by, mate. I am literally just running around unlocking bases tonight in my clumpy power armor. But yeah, it's I love the stuff, but fucking Jesus. Survival mode very much changes the dynamic of the game. And once again, I can't remember where I shot. Ah, there we are. Survival mode really does, you know, with no fast travel, you really have to pick your fucking journeys. Fairly soon, inevitably, I'm going to have to make it this... I'm going to have to go down and unlock a few quests, but for those of you who know the game well, let's just say I always, on survival, I always try and get quickly on good terms with the Brotherhood of Steel. For obvious reasons. And try and stay on good terms with them for as long as possible. I think you know why. I don't want to give too much away, but
Butcher Pete by Ray Brown. It is probably about a butcher.
I've got to kill that radio. Ah! I've got to move away. I get a copyright violation. But yeah, let's just say there are certain benefits of being friends with Brotherhood of Steel, which most people would know what I'm talking about. Blamenti says, I'm enemies with them on my survival playthrough. Ruffle, it's interesting for sure. I'll be honest, mate, I've always wanted to try that. But yeah, running everywhere sucks balls. But I've been really I've read some accounts of people, you know, who've fallen out with the Brotherhood of Steel, and I think it would be fucking exciting. And if you like base building and all of that stuff and building exotic base defenses, then you'll certainly put them to the fucking test if you're enemies with Brotherhood of Steel. And I am really tempted, but yeah, there's no coming back from that. If you become enemies with those guys. Yeah. Effectively, I guess you're constantly running into them, aren't you? Calpucci says, just by the way, they just made a remake of Tuntamatan's Sotilan, Unknown Soldier, which was released in 2017. Haven't seen it yet. Seen it myself yet, so can't tell if it's any good. If you see it, let me know, mate. I've still got to finish Tali. One thing as I found is that when I watch it, I just constantly googling stuff about the history. So I find it's taken me quite a long time to work my way through it because stuff happens and then I'll just be like, oh, that's what so-and-so told me about this. And then I'll end up going on to Wikipedia and then reading up more about the sort of the Finnish history. Right, shit, I mean, what do we got? Yeah, I actually find Finnish history really interesting, and also it's not something that you really hear much about in the sort of traditional stories of sort of modern history of Europe and sort of the world wars. Obviously, the situation for Finland was very difficult because on one hand we decided to be Russia's friend because we needed them, but Russia had ambitions of its own. What's happened? Got out of Diamond City, okay. Got my cause, got out of Diamond City, headed up here, and now I'm just heading to home base, going to loot those bodies and just discussing a couple of classic Finnish war movies. Capucci says it seems I can't even type in Finnish anymore. It's Tuntimatan Sotilas, not Sotilan. If you hadn't have said that, I wouldn't have noticed. For what it's worth, my Finnish isn't very good either. Aldra Melek, Churchill considered declaring war on the Soviet Union when they attacked Finland. That would have been interesting. Yeah, I heard that he actually at one point had to be dissuaded from launching a nuclear attack on them or something. There was some point after the was it after Yalta or after some post-war meeting, Churchill was just like, yeah, we need to nuke those guys now, and had to be persuaded against it. Capucci says probably one reason because at least technically during World War II Finland was allied with Germany, but that was more because of necessity than choice, since Germany was the only country willing to give us a hand against the Soviet Union. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, without doubt, if Finland had to do what it had to do, otherwise Russia would have invaded. I mean, I think even recently, I think hasn't Russia announced that they've sort of gone on record and said, yeah, we really well, half of Finland really is Russia and we should do something about that. They've always had ambitions in that direction. Right, let's get up to Sanctuary. Yeah, I mean it's the the tragic ironies of World War Two. It's like if you take a step back, it's like World War Two happened because Germany wanted to invade half of Europe, and by the time World War Two was over, the Soviet Union had invaded half of Europe.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
Right, let's do some selling. Yeah, as you can see, I'm now kind of at that point where I've been quickly put my sexy charisma clothes on to get a better price. I've now got to the point where I've got some decent water supplies. Got some decent water supplies and shops.
Hey, Carla.
Hey there.
Come on.
I'll
At
take
my
a look,
bases.
sure.
So now when I'm swinging by, I can pick up a little bit of water. I can pick up a little bit of money. And it's all good. Yeah, was it? I think it was at Yalta. I think it was at Yalta. Was it some post-war place where they sat down and, you know, decided the Allies decided how they were going to handle the post-war period. But I think at Yalta, when they were discussing who was going, you know, who was going to be on trial for war crimes and all of the rest of it, was it that Stalin turned around and just said, "Well, execute them all." And his attitude was, why are we even discussing this? Just execute them all. Execute all the German officers. You know, I mean, and in the end, his concession was bussing off millions of Germans to gulags. Carpucci says, also there was the Lap and Sotter where Finns are forced to wage war against Germans, especially at the start of it. It was really half-hearted because the Finnish soldiers didn't really want to fire on guys they'd just been fighting next to. Is that the Lapland War or something? I've recently become aware of that. Yeah, I don't really know much about that. I've just started to sort of learn a bit about that. I don't know. I got to admit, it reminds me of something. I was reading something the other day, and this guy was. I think I need oil. But some guy was observing how, like, a lot of politicians at the moment are like, you know, just. I mean, I've got to mention Trump here. You know, they got a lot of war talk and talking big about we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and I do kind of worry that perhaps people have kind of forgotten what war's like, and that we you know, there's a lot of politicians around at the moment that, you know, they like to shit talk other countries, but don't really seem to have thought through, you know, how shit things will be if we have another big war. Ultimax says, and not one bit of anal bleach in that inventory. Standards have slipped. Yeah, I probably need a mod for that though. I'm just gonna sell some. I never use pulse grenades or pulse mines, but fuck it. Fuck, did I just sell by accident? Keep the nuclear grenades because I think they're. Carpucci says the thing is very few of the politicians have been in war. For them it's just numbers. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I don't think it's fucking coincidence that if there's virtually nobody left alive now who was around in World War Two. It's almost like there's not enough people around to remind people how shit world wars are. And it's I do worry about the shit that I hear some modern politicians saying, because it is just like, do you know what? If you'd actually seen a fucking war, you wouldn't be talking like that with such casual disregard to potentially consigning your country to being in one. I don't know. I think people are too used to kind of like wars being stuff like, I don't know, like Iraq, where we pile in with all the fucking resources and against a much weaker enemy. That's not the same as a real war. Shit. I'm fucking at great risk of snapping my legs in half if I don't unburden myself. Patrick, my red button is bigger than yours. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? What the heck was about? Was it over? I mean, I always wary about. I know the last election, American election, was a hot issue for a lot of people. So I'm wary of piling in on that one. My honest personal opinion is that I don't think Trump or Clinton were good first choices for president. I think it's particularly controversial to say that Republican or Democrat. I don't think they would be anybody's first choices on the ballot paper. But yeah, Trump does say things that makes me wonder whether he realises the gravity of his situation. From what I gather... Shit, why have I got so much crap? I don't think Trump actually thought he was going to win, did he? He thought he was... From what I gather, Trump was doing it because he just thought it would be good for business. And then suddenly he was the front runner. In the same way, I'm pretty sure that George Bush Jr. didn't think he was going to actually be a serious contender, and then suddenly things got serious. Shitting hell, why have I got so much crap? Sorry about this, guys. For some reason, I'm carrying so much shit that I'm a bit wary about putting some of this stuff in here because I'm worried my settlers are going to suddenly start grabbing this crap. Carpucci says, why was Trump a choice in the first place? I think, these days in politics you can pretty much buy your way into contention, even if you can't buy the election. I think a rubber chicken would have made a better president than Trump. Well, what was it that Obama said? He said something like, there was a night where Trump's staff tried to take control of his Twitter account off him, because they didn't want him tweeting anything else ridiculous. And Obama commented that You know, this is a guy who can't seem to use a Twitter account responsibly. Is this really the guy that you want to be in charge of the nuclear buttons? Patrick says can't take you anywhere. 21 kiloton. You're just as fucking bad in the division. Yeah, I know. I'm absolutely cranked on gear in the division as well, with a few slots left on each character. I'm gonna have to take some grilled rad. That's probably why I've got a ton of grilled rad stag. I'm gonna offload a little bit of food. Ultra Melex says I think a lot of people have got Trump all wrong. I think he's playing a very clever and slippery game. He tweets stupid things. Spends a week losing their shit. While that happens, he quietly gets things done that he wants to get done. Yeah, he's done a few tweets that have had people, the media, focused on that. Like it's a good day to bury bad news. Yeah, he has got tax reform through, which is pretty heinous from what I gather. It's just massive tax breaks for the rich and for corporations, which somehow is gonna, which is pretty much automatically going to create a tax deficit, which then now is going to demand lots of cuts.
Back hurts.
Christ.
Feet hurt. Everything hurts.
Excuse me.
Come on.
Step right up. All the clothing fit to wear.
Let's see what you got.
Here's what I've got.
This will all eventually make sense. It's just I am obviously, because I'm building a lot of brothels. I'm probably obsessing with clothing a little bit more than is normal. I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. No, just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Our preacher says that at least people in 200 years can have a laugh about Trump. They'll just be like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Yeah, honestly, I
got work to do. Can't talk now.
I think it's
sure thing.
Across the board. I think people are going to look back at current history and just go, fuck me, why were people electing these clowns? It's like right across Europe, there's just like this shit selection of politicians that, yeah, during another period, no one would have seriously expected them to get into power.
I want to trade a few things.
Okay.
I think I just accidentally taken everything that person had. Equip. Trying to give her a pretty dress. Eyeglasses, 1 second. That's better. Uldra Malek says, look at Reagan, remember the president's brain is missing, etc. No one's laughing now, are they? Yeah, was it? Because there was some crap going down with him, wasn't there? Didn't he develop Alzheimer's while he was in power or something? But they kind of covered it up. Fuck me, has that just fallen through the world? Yes. Come on. Fuck it, I just need to empty my bags. I want to get over to Zamonja. and unlock that base before everything times out. So I'm just going to get rid of some of this crap. Some of this weird this shit clothing that I'm gathering, it's for ideas I've got for future bases. Like, for example, I am collecting baseball outfits and walking canes and bowler hats because I was thinking of doing a Clockwork Orange themed brothel. Which is going to seem a bit weird, but hey. Cal, is Twitch messing up for anyone? Yes, when I think I'm all right now, but actually I was talking about what you were talking about a couple of weeks ago. Because didn't you reroute via Twitch Europe or Twitch Paris or something? But yeah, when I started the stream, I completely timed out a couple of times and just froze up. But I've been okay since. And thank you very much for swinging by, mate. I'm just going to look back. Yeah, the first thing you said was, hello, sexy. And then, is Twitch messing up for anyone? And Cal Peachy is being rude about my wonderful fucking character in Fallout, who's incredibly handsome, apart from his face and body. Cal Stream says, yeah, so it's messing up then, for me at least. Yeah, I mean, be honest, I don't know if anyone else has had text go missing in chat. Shit, sorry, I'm just going to go back and get some cores. Yeah, I'm wondering whether it's local to the person watching it or what. But I was streaming earlier, or at the start of this stream I actually timed out because I monitor myself on the computer next to me, and that did get weird.
If you work, you eat. It's simple as that.
Pardon says 2 legends are here now, Mr. Killerton and now Cal Streams. Well, Cal's certainly a legend. I'm not sure I will be known as a legend anytime soon. I'm known by a few terms. Legend isn't amongst them. But very kind of you to say, mate. Let's quickly just show this. Yeah, see, this base does look, it looks very pretty at night, like this. But yeah, during the day, it just looks like an office block in Crewe or something. Or like a school that was built in the 1970s where, you know, like everything was fucking concrete. I used to work near the Barbican, and it's like where they thought concrete was this new super material, and basically they just made a lot of fucking ugly buildings. Aldrim Alex says it looks like an anal probe factory. I think if that was an anal probe factory, they probably wouldn't have such large windows. I think it would probably have no windows at all. But, you know, that's my opinion. If I was building an anal probe factory, I would personally keep the windows small. You wouldn't want people gawping in. Hellstream says my high school looked just like that. And that's supposed to be a brothel. I think I may have fucked that one up. I may have to invest a bit of time and care in brothelizing that building. Peachy says they tried making highways here from concrete. Nowadays you lose your fucking teeth if you drive on them. Yeah, I think they use concrete as an underlay in certain places here, but it's just too fucking hard. I would imagine I'm not a structural engineer, but I just imagine it doesn't fucking give. So it will just basically be fine until it just starts to break up under the stress. I thought that's why roads tend to be made of tarmac and stuff, so they can cope with having like thundering 35-ton vehicles driving over the top of them. By the way, guys, we're just going to head over to the death camp, and then I'm going to go and save the game, and then we're going to go over to Zumonja to see if we can unlock it. Right, somebody's nearby. Right, that was... I'm impressed with that shot. Because I spafed it through a bush blind using that. I don't know why I always check to see if that guy's got anything lootable on him every time I walk past. Like magically, one day I'm going to walk past and go and loot him, and he's going to be like carrying 36 gold fucking bars or something. Right, there you go. Ultramel says, remember Swampy and his gang, that road. Carpucci says, time to get fresh beer, glass of whiskey and some rum and cola. Mate, enjoy. And for those of you who haven't seen it,
looking for trouble, I hope.
This is the Aung San Suu Kyi Nobel Peace Camp. Can't remember what state this was in last time you were on stream, Cal, but here's the new spanky conveyor belt for getting rid of the bodies. How are we doing here, actually?
Farming's as honest as honest.
I don't think anytime soon I'm going to get away from the fact I'm going to have to snipe them from up here. I'm going to try and think of some cleverer way of doing it, but for the time being, I just think sniping them with a silenced weapon is going to be the winning ticket.
I'm sorry.
Hitting pictures for morale. It's actually looking pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to park up, recharge my batteries, metaphorically,
Yeah?
and then go and do some murder. Cal stream, I just poured myself a big glass of G&T. Although you did type arse, Cal. You poured yourself a big arse. Oh, a big arse G&T. Sorry, my bad. My brain must just be programmed to misinterpret everything in the most overtly sexual way possible. Mrs. is out tonight, so I need to dull the noise of the kids. I'll be having a beer when this stream finishes, I can assure you. Yeah, I might have to pick your brains about mods actually, because I having problems. I got this Tria. Is it the iStick Tria? Which is lovely, but I'm running it with a Nautilus Mini, and it just is constantly misbehaving and telling me that it's it's got a short or something. Patrick says, at 21 kiloton loves men's arses, confirmed. You heard it here first, folks. I specifically like arses of G&T, technically, and that's what I will say in court. Can I carry this? Yes, I can. Pump it. Right. Just going to check the stats. Yeah, 12 people, 27 food, 33 water, defense 48, beds 30. They'll be fucking fine. Right, so I've slept, so I'm saved. Now I'm going to go down to try and deal with some arseholes. Right, let's just look at the map. And yeah, I am cheating. I do have a map of the settlements up on a screen. There is Outpost Jamanja. Yeah, it's gonna be there. I think this fight's going to go down pretty much one of two ways. See, that was me being stealthy. It's going to go down one of two ways. I'm going to go over there. It's going to go well because I'm going to headshot the fucker before he gets close to me, or he's going to stick a fucking mini nuke up one of my nostrils and blow my tonsils out of my arse. I think there's a vantage point around here somewhere. Yes. Cow streams, we need to work on your alerts and stuff soon. 21 kilotons. Start polishing the turd, so to speak. Yes, I've had some ideas. Cow streams hosting me. Thank you very much, mate. It's very kind of you. I have actually been having some ideas about that. I figured it would probably not worth thinking about or talking about during the GE. I don't know about you, but I found it was a bit of a mad effort. And I was working quite a lot during I was working every day at the global event, and I was just desperate to try and get the hours in to get the gear I needed. For what it's worth, RNG completely fucking poked me, and I only got 2 full sets, which was Firecrest and Tacticians. And Firecrest turned out to be wonderful and fucking hilarious in PvE. Not sure quite how overall brilliant it is, but for me personally, I fucking love it. It's hysterical. And Tacticians, fuck, I still haven't exactly worked out how the set bonuses work on Tacticians. They're so fucking complicated, so there's no way I remember to do it right in a fight. So yeah, I mean, already got a very dim view of oh fuck, here we go, of Tacticians. I will catch up with chat in just 1 second. Got to somehow fucking kill this bastard. I think I need some drugs. Where are my drugs? Need some... Wish me luck. Oh, he had to fucking duck, didn't he, bastard? Let's just see if I can miss absolutely everything. He's gonna fucking fire. And I've fallen through the fucking terrain. Shit! Let's give that another try. Cal streams.
Have you heard anything about your...
Calstream says G was dull as fuck, in my humble opinion.
I'm sorry.
I can admit, when the most exciting thing that happens in the global event is realising that you can do fucking tons of Hudson runs instead of tons of Lexington runs, then, you know, it's not exactly exhilarating. But yeah, grats Patrick on getting your first classified 6-piece, mate. That was stellar work. I actually enjoyed doing... Cal says, I actually enjoyed doing stuff with chat, the DZ, and trying to beat times in Times Square more than I enjoyed the actual GE. Patrick said his Brady actually got all the masks this time around. Yeah, I didn't even have time for that this time around, mate. Patrick, I only got 2. I just got to the point where it was like I just had to abandon trying any of the achievements just to try and get the gear sets. Carpucci says fucking G, 50 boxes opened, got fuck all, and on the last day I was dropped to tier 1 rewards on leaderboard. Yeah, nearly everybody I know is in tier 2 actually, and I'm just kind of sitting there in the last tier. Radstags have two heads, so that there's even a reasonable chance that with my shit aim I might get a headshot. Yeah, with the GE, I actually... Oh, fucking tummy, you fucking... Sorry for shooting you in the arse, little lamb. Yeah, it was my last 6 caches. I opened my last 6 caches at the end of the GE, and that completed the 2 sets that I got. I didn't have one completed set until literally the GE was over, and I went and bought my last 6 caches and opened those and got lucky, I guess. I mean, I would like to have had Alpha Bridge in hindsight. In fact, I'd like to have had anything other than fucking Tacticians, because I just can't see myself using Tacticians, because that 6th perk is just fucking absurdly complicated. And thank you, thanks chat for all of the lull comments about me taking a fucking nuke. But yeah, I guess it's clear. Yeah, that's Bethesda gifting me a surprise. That's a classic Bethesda bug there. The terrain is animated but doesn't actually exist, and I just basically lolled through the hole. Right, let's get some spots up. I think I'm actually going to try this, but I think I'm going to have a quick vape. Mr. Mike says, I heard this is where toxicity comes to fester, or where Calstream comes to sleep. Exactly, we're all toxic here. I mean, Jesus, all we've done is scream and shout at each other until the second you arrive, Mr. Micah. If rumours are to be believed. Welcome, mate. Nice to see you again. Yes, Cal, we'll GE aside, we will have to talk, mate. I have had some ideas and some stuff, and I would very much need your help for that. And thank you very much once again, mate. And I've managed to go for a whole week without deleting all of my files. And I've got to find a way to get the moderate auto mod to stop censoring people when they swear, because if anyone swears too harshly, I have to approve the comment manually. And let's face facts, I don't want to censor any swearing. Vape Nation. I watched, Patrick just said Vape Nation. For those of you who don't know, H3H3 did a video about Vape Nation, which is well worth watching. It's fucking hysterical stuff. Right, I'm going to go in with some drugs. And try and do a bit better this time. That's a fucking nuke!
Show your face. Come on.
Fuck knows how I survived that, but I did. Oh, what's up here? Right. Fuck are they? Gonna try and box around me there. Don't. Fuck, I'm gonna close the distance. I'm gonna fucking pop some more red away and just see what I can fucking do at close range. And this is not gonna be the smart. This is not the smart way to do this, but. Okay, that's Boomer dealt with. Oh, fuck off. I want to see who that guy is. Good enough. Well, I might actually have a... I actually have an arm for my... Do I have a left arm for my power armor? Raider left arm. Okay, it'll be shit, but it still means I have a full set now. Well, it wasn't pretty, but fuck it. Bad guys lost. And I won. Even though, technically, I guess I might actually be the bad guy. But then I guess the winners always write history, so... I'm the good guy. Right, I'm pretty sure there is a... Ah, there you are, you fucker. Catching up with Buzz. Hey mate, thank you very much for swinging by. I could lie and say that that was the first, that was a one-shot, one-kill, but unfortunately Boomer has already fucked me once this evening, and I just had to come back for a second attempt. I discovered the hard way that I can't block mini nukes with my face. Not for want of trying. Where are we? Calcine says, look for how to turn off auto mod on Twitch. It's quite easy. Thank you, Cal. Yeah, I did try actually and do it once, but for some reason it's still being weird. So it's undoubtedly something I've done wrong. And no, I Patrick, I would prefer not to have. Oh, mini nuke. Where the fuck did that come from? That kind of moderation. I mean, you know my thoughts. I don't want anybody being banned from my channel for having a potty mouth. For a start, I'd have to shut the fuck up. Just reading back through chat. Dr. Luke the Duke. Hello, mate. Thank you very much for swinging by. Second attempt. I'm just going to clear this. Actually, fuck that. I know my luck today. I'm going to quickly go and save here. We are nearly done for the evening, but since I'm here, I'm going to just go and quickly get my head down just to save, because this is survival mode, and I'm going to go and kill that bastard down there before I forget, because there's a solitary raider down by the truck, which I will forget about, and then I will faceplant into him and his fucking gun turrets at some inconvenient moment. So if I just take the guy out now. Oh fuck, he's got a dog as well, which I fucking missed twice. Faceplant. Mr. Micah, that means I'm logging off. Mate, thank you very much for swinging by. I started pretty early tonight, so I'm going to finish a little bit earlier. Buzz says, I call that animal cruelty. There's a fair amount of cruelty this evening, Buzz. This is, yeah. This is by far not the worst of it. I'm just going to see. Oh, yeah. This could just make things a little bit more predictable. Got the bit between my teeth now. A fucking crap shot. So if I go quiet while I have to really concentrate when I'm missing everything fucking important. Yeah, that's better. I do like the sound. I do like the sound of bullets hitting your body, hitting your power armor. Right. That's a little bit better. Right, I'm just going to loot up and then read chat and then call it a night. Although I'm fucking over encumbered again. Fuck me, I need to stop hoarding. Dump some of this shite. Right, and then I'll just park up here. Did I miss Dr. Luke the Duke? It's a nice relaxing voice that should be an instructor in college. I would happily volunteer to do training videos. I'm just not sure whether anybody would like to offer me the job. Mr. Micah, I think I've missed you, but see you later. Patrick says Kilo's never happy with me. That's not true. Aldramec, see you later, mate. At some point we'll have to talk about Tarkov, because I've heard mixed reviews of that game. Mainly along the lines of that it's a very good game, although apparently the loot crates are getting a bit out of hand. McCracken, hello mate. Sorry, I was just doing getting into a fight with a guy with a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher that didn't keep up with chat. Yeah, McCracken, I was actually speaking to Anti-Skell earlier today, and because I think he's been speaking to you about builds. But yeah, Tacticians is seemingly very disappointed. I mean, personally, I won't be using Tacticians because I can't work out what the sixth talent does and when it does it and what I'm supposed to do. So I will be abandoning my Tacticians. And frankly, yeah, if I can't work out a good way to use it with the Ninja Byte messenger bag, I'm half tempted to fucking delete this shit. Dr. Luke the Duke, may have to take you up on the offer. I teach mechanical engineering technology. You got me thinking. Well, I'm I'm here if you want me to voice a trading video. Although I think your Vice Chancellor might have something to say about that. Oh yeah, Patrick does kill the dogs. I always spare the dogs. Patrick kills them, which means he's a bad person, despite all of the killing I've done tonight of innocent civilians in the wasteland. But there you go. Cal Streams, can we see the brothels and stuff again? 21 kiloton. I think we can. If where are we? I'm just gonna have a look on the map. Yeah. If you want a very quick tour, we can do it. Have I slept? I'm just gonna sleep quickly to save. I'm playing on hardcore McCracken, survival McCracken, so I have to sleep to save, and I don't want to lose this progress. So I'm gonna get the pox. I just know I'm gonna get. No, I got away with it. Let's do a quick tour. I've got to get this power armor back to Sanctuary anyway. So what I'll do is I'll go past the Freedom Center. Pardon says, TAC, I have it at 9k electronics. Get to 30 stacks, use a skill, and you get up to 60 stacks, use a different skill. You should go down to 30 stacks, restack to 60 and repeat. I'm I'm the kind of guy who eats mashed banana with a plastic spoon. I don't know. Oh, fuck me. Who's that? Fuck, they're really hardcore. 1 second. Don't fucking kill me, you fuck. Right, I've got to take more drugs. 1 second, this guy's a legendary and some psycho jet. Yeah, I'm cheesing it a bit with the old psycho jet, but fuck it. I've got a... Ah, more fucking shitty loot. I'm just going to drop something. I'm cheesing it a bit, but yeah, this is a pimp build, a proprietary pimp build that I mastered myself, which is all intelligence and charisma and fuck all else, so I'm not exactly built for combat. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm the sort of guy who eats fucking mashed banana with a plastic spoon, so I don't know whether I'm gonna would actually like make it work in the heat of the moment. I'd just be spamming my buttons. But yes, McCracken, if you're there, this is the Aung San Suu Kyi Nobel Peace Camp, where I gender reassign. Basically, I've set up a lot of bases around settlements, and I'm setting them up as brothels and strip clubs and titty bars. And obviously, that's going to mean, with my settlers being about 50-50 male-female, I'm going to have a surplus of men. So I send them here, and periodically, where during the night when they're all asleep in the kitten room, I go up here, hit that button that locks the door down there, and then I basically take out a silenced weapon and execute them all in their sleep. And yeah, it's worked alright. I'm letting the population go up a bit and letting everyone get happy, because basically they get a little bit upset every time I do a cull. So I'm letting the happiness bubble up a bit before I do it again. Just going to empty some of this crap. So let's go up to Sanctuary. Wow, there's a lot of things that suddenly got real on the tacticians front in chat. Pardon says, damn track is complicated build to learn. Yeah, I'll be honest, there's a little bit of me, mate, that's somewhat on principle objects to Harry Potter gear in the game. I just, you know, I know that there's certain people on the developer front who really want this game, really want the Division to be World of Warcraft reskinned to combat gear, but essentially, you know, they want spell rotation guns, they want spell rotation kit, and I just don't really want to play that game. You know what I mean? It's why I don't use Hilda and Air. It just, you know, just makes me feel like I'm a fucking gnome wizard when I have to, like, oh, hit 3 times with this gun and then switch to this gun and then this magical stuff will happen. It just suddenly doesn't feel like a shooter anymore. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but I just I don't think I'll ever really enjoy playing that set. And that's if I understand how to use the six gear piece bonus, which is doubtful. McCracken says Tactician and Alpha Bridge make a good ninja build. 300k pulse makes 100k body shots on elites. Yeah, I think it's inevitable, McCracken. If I'm going to use my Tactician pieces, I'm probably going to have to hit you up on Twitter and get some advice on a build from you, if that's alright, mate. Mashed banana with a plastic spoon. You're my kind of dude. Hey, I ate astronaut ice cream on Christmas Day. Mashed banana is a step up for me. Cal Streams, well done. Have you seen Mobile Genius? Attack. I haven't. Actually, I will have to look that up. I won't read all of this text out because there's actually quite a lot of it, but I will be looking up Mobile Tuner's tack. In PvE, I do really like my turrets. I have to admit, it's to any build that will make turrets work will probably get my time of day. Carpooch says, or Carpooch, she says one thing that annoys the hell out of me is the power armor should be fine for something like 100 years with one power core, but in Fallout 4 they drain them faster than 21 kiloton does cheap whiskey. Something's fucking about to attack me. Fuck me! Legendary Deathcore. Not my idea of fun. I hope to fucking God. It's 1 second, guys. Anything else I can fucking take? I've got to take its legs out. And I'm going to run for my fucking life. Fucking, where are my fucking guns? Oh fuck, they're all at the fucking other part of the base. Run away! Now I'm just running in here because there's all of these brave ladies in dresses. Well done, prostitutes.
Yeah. Need to get back to the city one of these days.
There you go. Now that is what I call empowerment. Oh, fucking missiles. On survival, a missile launcher is fucking useless. It weighs 21 pounds. The missiles weigh, was it 3? It might as well have dropped a fucking 21-pound dog turd.
Live in this end.
Where were we? Damn, I just want one decent fucking drop. But yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree that the fusion core mechanics are completely balked, especially since if it was a nuclear battery, theoretically it wouldn't run out ever. You'd only like fucking drain it, right? Or how can I put it? You would have a certain amount of power coming out of it all the time, and it wouldn't like become weak depending on how much you were drawing that power. That's how they work, right? I'm not fucking technically minded, but anyone here know about nuclear batteries? Try and dump some of this crap so I can show McCracken. Let's take some booze. Yeah, got me there. Yes, McCracken, this is Red Rocket. This is my primary school themed brothel. Sorry, it was meant to look more exotic than it did, and it just looked Looked a bit boring in the end. Fucking Jesus, can everyone just stop attacking me for 5 minutes?
He vanished.
They're fine. But yeah, I was pretty impressed there with the way that the girls jumped in to save me. I do need to put some guns on the front end of that base. It was something that I keep thinking about, but I was always like, oh yeah, man, yeah, I'll do it later. And then obviously, in a situation like that, you suddenly need them and you don't have them, and then it's a fucking problem. But yes, Cal, I did shit my pants then, because a legendary Deathclaw is pretty much the worst enemy I could run into at that precise moment. And the fact that I was just jogging along through the Commonwealth and heard it coming up behind me was not exactly, for want of a better word, good situational awareness. Buzz says brothel love. Exactly. I thought that was a good show by them, actually, with the way they all recklessly piled out the door to fight the legendary Deathclaw that I was fleeing from. But yes, McCracken, this is another brothel. And I've actually done a pretty good job of a lot of the girls are actually reasonably dressed now. I've got a way to go.
You gotta take things one day at a time.
Jesus, something's got to be done about her hair.
Another day of hard work.
That is
Never changes.
19.
Hi, how are you?
That's 1930s, and not in a good way.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now. McCracken, I will be getting in touch with you, mates, for some help. And with the tacticians. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to wrap it up now. I will try and actually... I am on Steam on this account, so I will try and take some screenies and get those up on my Steam account so you can see them. But yeah, Cal, thank you very much for the host. Thank you very much for swinging by. Guys, I will do a bit of work now. Now I've actually unlocked these new bases. I've got a few opportunities now to spread out the brothel empire. So now we've got from Sanctuary, I can connect supply lines, and we'll now have armed bouncers going all the way down to the right on the outskirts of Diamond City, and I can work on Outpost Zamonja and basically get that stuff sorted, and then make a push to set up the brothels over here. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon.